Good afternoon, Midwest Mania Outdoors. My guest today is Notar Angelo from Standing Wolf Archery. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Ron. I'm the owner of Standing Wolf Archery, and also the creator of Trad Hunters Magazine. And yeah, it's a pleasure to be on the show. I really appreciate everything.
All right. I know you've been on a couple podcasts recently, but let's start from the beginning. Because first of all, no one just says, "Hey, we're just gonna create a trad magazine," and no one goes to the archery business just for the heck of it. So
yeah, there's a combination of things altogether. But I mean, if you want to start at the beginning, and then I guess Standing Wolf is for sure the beginning of like for archery and traditional with myself.
Okay.
And, yeah, so I mean, the beginning is. Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
I was saying, how did you come up with the name Standing Wolf?
Well, I'll get right into that, Justin. It's a crazy story, man.
Yeah.
I got into archery when I was like 13 or 14 with one of my buddies where I live right now. And I was originally born in the city, but my parents moved to the country with us when we were fairly young. So, I mean, mostly a country kid myself, so minus a couple of years in the city. But, I mean, that being said, one of my dear friends, his dad was like a hardcore moose hunter. And he was a compound and recurve guy. He shot both, and my friend shot both. And he grew up with his dad, obviously, teaching him everything. And I got my introduction from him. So his dad built this kind of like this little mini archery range in his basement because he had a farm that he built a new house, and in the foundation of his house, he made like a 18 or it wasn't even 20 yards, but it was like 18 yards, 15 to 18 yard archery range, which is some small little targets and some 3D stuff. So, I mean, my buddy, whenever I go over there, we would just shoot bows in his basement. So he introduced me to like a compound bow, and he didn't let me try his recurve because that was his baby. But I mean, my first introduction to archery was a compound. So I mean, we would go to 3D shoots and stuff like that. That was pretty cool, and just showing us, letting us do our thing. And he never took me personally hunting, but I mean, he was like right there to teach us some basic stuff. But it's mainly my good buddy Pat who taught me the majority of what I needed to know. So, I mean, I've always been an outdoor guy. Like in my 20s, I spent like 7 years, just like dedicated to like woodsmanship and stuff like that. I didn't really hunt per se in my 20s, but I mean, when I was a kid, I was like killing things. But my 20s, I was just like more of a kind of really interested in tracking, woodsmanship, and just kind of learning that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I did get back into art, like specifically traditional, until in my 30s, and that's when I really started to take it seriously, at least with like understanding like the bow mechanics and how to shoot a bow, and like just really take that indoor seriously. Because in my mind, I always had this, I don't know, maybe even still to this day, I just had this feeling that if there's ever something that went wrong in the world, I mean, which could easily happen at any point in time, like I want a survival tool that doesn't rely on powder ammunition or any kind of mechanical things that can really go wrong easily, right? It's like the more components, the more things that can happen in any sort of tool. But yeah. So, I mean, even like, if you could learn how to fish with just like some, line and a stick or, something that's adequate and a hook, and if you can make your own stuff, the better. That's at least my mindset. So I figured a recurve bow would be like the most basic, without full-blown tailoring my own bow, a basic introduction into a tool that I could start to kind of at least develop those like survival skills. I just got back into traditional with that mindset of I want to learn something as a survival skill in the event that things hit the fan. So
exactly,
that's how I kind of got started. Yeah, so I bought a Bear Grizzly, a super basic starter bow, and I just shot it all the time. And then one thing led to the other. I was like, okay, I got to get back into like using this as an actual functional weapon. So
how many pounds is that? How many pounds is that Bear Grizzly?
Yeah, I just got like a 45-pound.
Yeah, that's all you need. Yeah.
Yeah, it's enough to kill deer. It's enough to kill like any small game. I mean, I wouldn't consider taking a hunt anything bigger than a deer. I mean, I have other bows for that kind of purpose, but yeah, it's just I still use it. I absolutely love it just because like where I live here in Southern Ontario, I do a ton of turkey hunting, and even like ground blind stuff.
Yeah,
I always use a ground blind. It works perfect. It's short for myself, and it's, just to maneuver the bush. It's more easier for myself. So I really love it for that reason.
I've been to Ontario a couple times, not to hunt, the fish. I went to Eagle Lake, Ontario twice. I've been to Toronto twice too. So
yeah, beautiful fishing. I really live on Lake for the last 5 years. So I mean, the fishing galore is phenomenal. Great.
What lake did you say you lived on?
I lived on Lake Kamung for a number of years. I mean, it's more just kind of like a pike and musky kind of lake,
okay.
But yeah, it's not like a bass. It's not really like a bass habitat, but where I'm at right now is more just kind of like a bass kind of a lake. It's, there's certain spots that are more key for different species. But,
and I'd like to.
What was that, sorry?
My goal is I want to get up and go fish the Algoma region of Canada before I croak, but that's not cheap anymore. But nothing's cheap anymore. So
nothing's cheap anymore.
Yes. Greed, that's what runs the world. I hate to say it, but that's what it does. Oh.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the traditional archery stuff and the whole Standing Wolf thing kind of, because everyone asked me, where'd you get the name Standing Wolf? So my dad's Italian, which is why I got the crazy last name, but my mom's native, like she's Native American. So at one point, she recommended me to go see like a healer, like a traditional elder, if you want to call him that.
Yeah.
But so I went to go visit him, and he gave me a spirit name. The spirit name was Standing Wolf.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was working on like a kind of like a tech marketing type of business, and it really wasn't working out well. And so, I mean, I went on this crazy fasting experience. I mean, it's a whole crazy story on its own. But the point is that I had to give up this business I was trying to start because I couldn't get funding, and it just wasn't working. And it was meant to happen. It seemed like it was meant to happen that way. But my brother, who's a couple years younger than me, he's a pretty savvy e-commerce guy.
Yeah.
And he, I guess he wanted to help me out. And he just said, what can you make? Can you make anything to sell online? And I was like, well, the only thing I could think of right now is just like stuff I would sell that I would buy myself, like for my bow. I would buy silencers, all the little things that I would just use for going to an archery range or go hunt, whatever. I would just buy the stuff anyway. So I can make that. So he kind of coached me how to set up an Amazon account, and that's how I first got started selling stuff online, was through Amazon. And we got a small amount of units ready to go, and I was like, well, I got to get a name for this stuff. I can't just sell it in like a generic piece of paper that says bow silencer. It's going to look retarded. So it's ridiculous. So I came up with Standing Wolf. I was like, this sounds pretty cool. Like for archery, I think that works really well.
Yeah.
So that's how Standing Wolf started. I just started selling beaver fur silencers that my son and I cut out in our apartment, and I think we just bought a bag of scrap. Like, not to say that it was junky fur, but it's just like the place we went to sells it by obviously the pelts.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about really making them. Like I did an experiment, so I just spent like $50, and I got a bag of pelts or a bag of scraps, and we just cut out the best stuff. Sorry, what was that?
I never made. I never really messed with like beaver silencers. Now, does that have the skin in it, or is it just fur that's real twisted in the string?
Yeah, so it's got the fur embedded into the like the skin, like the leather.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean with the fur, you gotta flesh it down pretty good, and then when you tan it, it's like everything's still kind of in the leather.
Like I've done muskrats before. One good friend used to trap, and I helped him out that way. But the beaver silencers, I was just asking, is it just like fur off the hide that gets twisted into the string when you twist it up, or is it like you already answered? The silencers have the hide still on it, correct?
Yeah, I mean when you're gonna make a silencer with like whatever fur, it could be any fur, really.
Okay.
I mean, you basically just cutting like a 6-inch little narrow strip.
Okay.
Like and then from there you part the string, because typically you part the string in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pop a little tip in, and then you wrap it around with the string on with tension, and then you pop it again down, where the end of the little strip is, and then from there you kind of fluff the fur, and that's really it. I mean, it's nothing too technical. It's pretty straightforward. And
they're waterproof too, aren't they?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the fur's not gonna get wrecked. The leather and fur won't get wrecked by getting wet, but I mean, it's like once it's soaking wet. I've dunked it before just to see how waterproof it is. I mean, it's gonna soak up water like any other thing, but I mean, it just flicks right off. So I mean, I guess they are waterproof. So I don't want to mislead anyone by who's listening. Yeah. I mean, they're waterproof because they won't get wrecked. The fur will just go right back to being whatever it was. But once it's wet, I mean, it soaks up a bit of water too. So every time you shoot the string, it flicks it off. But if you're in a pouring rain or, for whatever reason it falls, and it's going to soak up some water.
All right. I would say, because hunting in the rain is not, like, I've had wool silencers before, and they just, absorb it, and they don't shed it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that. I mean, they'll soak up water. I mean, no question. Because I have undercoats. I see it's the down undercoat that really does soak up a lot of the water. But I mean, every shot you take, it's just flicking it off anyways. And the point is that they won't wreck. Water won't wreck it in the end. It won't wreck the leather. It won't wreck the fur. I mean, it's all good.
No, do you bowfish?
I've never bowfished ever, but I wanted to. I was gonna get a rig this year because I want to try it. I've really wanted to bowfish for a while. I've been looking into what kind of rig I can get, and I don't know. I've never done it before. But it's really cool.
On your Bear Grizzly, does it have the stabilizer mount on it or no?
Yeah, it does.
I'll say just go get yourself one of the Bear archery. I would say disc type, but that's not it. That's not what they call it. Like the big old spools you wrap up, and it'll screw right in there. And you can use your hunting bow to shoot carp or shoot whatever you want to shoot up there.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Oh yeah. So you just got done with turkey season, right? Up there.
It's still turkey season technically, but I think it's kind of dying down. But I think the season technically on paper is the 31st of May.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's still turkey season, so it's it's nice. I love it. Turkey season is like my all-time favorite ever. Like, I love it.
So, were you successful this season or no?
No, I haven't. Honestly, with the magazine, this particular turkey season, like this spring, has been like I've spent the least amount of time I've ever not spent in the woods. I've gone out for 2 sits. I called in. I mean, one time I had nothing. The other time I called in like a beautiful tom. This guy was, I called him like the field general. This guy was massive. And he came in with 3 or 4 hens, and I heard maybe 3 or 4 jakes up in the woods beside him, because obviously they're not coming in either. But this guy was so huge. But because I was in a ground blind I set my targets up. I mean, the shot window was pretty narrow, so I kind of hoped that they come and trigger the trap by, going right in front of me. But they came in from behind, and I don't know. I thought about it for a split second, like, oh man, this guy's 15 yards behind me. I mean, I'm looking back slowly, and I could see him clear as day, and he's not coming any closer, but the hens are, they're literally beside me, and I'm like, I want to just jump out and just take a shot at him. It'd be reckless, but it'd just be for fun. I know nothing else is happening at this point, but, I mean, aside from that, it's been super slow for me, just only because of the magazine. It's been crazy. It's been awesome, but it's been a heck of a lot of work, so. But I hope that this week I could just go for a couple, 3 or 4 days and just get it done, and I want a bird, obviously. I love getting birds, so it's
Start recording for a minute. Never, we're back going now. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about product that you have. What you sell besides the magazine right now.
Yeah, I mean, from Standing Wolf, we do, like we are just talking about the beaver fur silencers, and we're getting all of our furs from like trappers that are pretty far north here in Canada. So like the pelts are super dense, and they usually get them like right early spring, so it's like maximum loft.
Yeah.
Fur, so they're just beautiful fur. Always get beautiful furs. And we use the fur actually not just for the sounds, but we make these really nice beaver fur like shooting tabs.
Okay.
Which have been really, really, really popular with people because it's kind of like an upgraded version of like caster tabs, like ultra smooth, slick shot tabs. So our hunter tab is definitely one of our like top selling stuff. Bow quivers. We make tons of bow quivers, and that was actually one of the things that one of the first things I wanted to actually make, because when I first started doing hunting, like the very, very first time I actually tried it, I had no bow quiver in my bow, and I was just holding 3 arrows with broadheads, like pointing upwards, walking through the woods, and it was so stupid of me. And I remember I slightly poked my leg. I mean, I didn't puncture like my skin or anything like that, but I'm like, holy jeez, this is so stupid. Like, this is so dangerous. And so that kind of was like my driving force of making a quiver for my bow. I had no idea like what to make. I mean, I just kind of started experimenting. But yeah, bow quivers, make tons of bow quivers.
Now, are they strap-on bow quivers, or are they?
They're strap-on right now, but I'm working on a couple different like new material research and stuff like that. So right now, I'm doing a deep dive into like engineering like stuff to make it even better than what it is too. I mean, not to say that in any way they're bad now, but I'm always striving to make like better and better and better. So that's just kind of like an off-season goal of mine for the fall to get that ready. But yeah, I mean, everything's strap-on right now. Just keeping it super easy. Just like strap-on, strap-off keep it as straightforward as possible. Nothing too technical.
All right. Then let's dive into the magazine a little bit, because that's your baby, and that's a brand new adventure for you.
Yeah, man. Trad Hunters Volume 1. We're doing bow hunting Alaska. Trad Hunters, right now we're in the pre-sale mode, so we have 750 magazines that are limited edition, like have totally custom artwork just for this 750 run, and I'm super pumped. I mean, it turned out so good. Like, Justin, it looks so good, man. Like, so basically, to kind of explain what Trad Hunters is, for anyone who doesn't know, I mean, so Trad Hunters is inspired. Everything's inspired by the 1950s, like look and feel of like old hunting magazines. So from cover to cover, I've designed this to look like it just came from the 1950s. Minus having like the water stains and stinking like a musty old garage. So as close as possible to looking like a 50s magazine. So yeah, so we strip down everything to the bare core essentials, and that's just raw, rugged storytelling, and like everything in it is just the essence of what like bow hunting is, and like what adventure is, and like just like it's pretty epic. Like it's a very exciting magazine. Like cover to cover. So go ahead.
I would say I already pre-ordered mine. Now, is all the print, is all the issues from this Alaskan run going to have the Fred Bear poster in it, or no, or just that 700 and some?
So thank you, first of all, for pre-ordering. That's awesome. And just to give you personally some insight, we're going to be getting those shipped out by the end of this month. So we're just basically waiting on the printer to deliver to us, and then once we get them, they get shipped out right away. So thank you. Basically,
no problem.
For support. Yeah, man. All the 750, including the one you got, is coming with the Fred Bear poster. The Fred Bear poster is something I personally illustrated and drew like in Photoshop. So it's just I mean, all the artwork is digitally made. Like I make it digitally, so I don't have to mess with like paints, drying, or anything like that. But I've been doing this for like 25 years.
You answered my next question. I was going to ask you. I was going to say, how do you do the artwork in that magazine? Is it computer, like through paint on a computer? I can't think of the name of it. My cousin does it for a living.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Something graphic. That's what she does. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, yeah, I mean, I've been doing this like for ages. So even before like it was even like popular doing like digital artwork.
Yeah.
I was already doing like actual painting and stuff like that. So like I've been doing like this professionally for like a long time. So, but everything is done like in the computer using kind of like if anyone knows like it'd be almost like you're literally holding like a pen in a sense.
I know.
You're drawing on a pad.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just everything works like that, where it's just it's more or less making it. You might as well just be painting without having a mess. So
exactly.
Everything's done in the computer. Yeah. So it's faster. I mean, I could do way more tricks with it, and there's just more options for like creativity, which I needed to get the '50s look.
Now,
so I mean, it was kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
Pen wise, do you have like different size tips of pens you do for like really fine stuff, and like if you have the
the way it works is like, yeah, I mean, the way it works with that is that I mean, it's just kind of like it's not even like a real pen. It's kind of like a fake pen, but
so it's like
pen works like
it's like a stylus, right?
Yeah, it's a stylus. That's
okay.
exactly it.
Okay.
That's literally what it is. So you can pick what you want in the Photoshop program, where you could pick whatever brushes you want, and it looks you can make custom brushes, you can make them thin, thick, whatever you want, really. I mean, with like a click of a button. So it's super fast. I mean, I can make the tiniest of lines, which I had to do. I mean, or whatever, like elaborate stuff, right? So it's so easy to, I don't want to like make it sound like it's easy to do, but I mean, it makes it easy to make something very creative fairly quickly, a lot faster than any other way I can think of. So.
Sorry about that. I'm not getting bored with you. I had injections earlier today, and yeah, my I had pain. I have tendonitis in both my shoulders. I'm an automotive technician by trade. So doing this for 25 years and having your hands up over your head,
Sure.
Yeah, I'm falling apart, but yeah.
Hang in there.
Hey, and if you ever go get this done, they say they're putting numbing spray on you. It don't numb crap. I'm gonna tell you that much. It's just like rubbing alcohol in an aerosol can. It's cold. That's it. But I like my doctor, and she did a real good job, and yeah. But so what? This one was about Alaska. I'm not gonna have you give away the magazine or anything like that. Tell us who some of the authors are in it, or some of the writers, I should say.
I did a lot of writing myself, and I mean, there was a reason for that too, because I wasn't 100% sure if I was even gonna like make this real. I mean, I wanted to make this magazine real for a long time. I mean, this is like something that was in like the making for like 2 years, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I never really pulled the trigger like officially, and I didn't want to put anyone's like name and reputation on the line by saying I would do it and then kind of like just like. No, I don't want to say flaking out, but like I didn't want to commit or not commit, sorry, and have someone else's reputation on the line and give me work and all this stuff, and then I just not honor what they did, right? So I decided first and foremost to do a lot of writing myself. I mean, I've written a ton of stories, and I mean, some of the stuff is in the magazine, and I just figured out, well, if I'm going to do this, I got to at least prove that I'm serious myself, and I got to commit to this, and I don't want to put anyone else's name that. And reputation online, so I'm going to show that I could do this. And then at that point, we got 3 really great articles together, and then Jim Ekev, who's a phenomenal bow hunter.
I know who he is.
Legendary guy. He had a great contribution to the article or to the magazine. Really great story. Obviously, bow hunting in Alaska. And had an awesome interview with Monty Browning, as a legend, and we just deep dive talked about bow hunting Alaska, what you need to do to get ready for it if you haven't ever gone on an adventure like that. So he talked with all of his experience about what it takes to do that, and like all the crazy stuff that happens, and obviously, some stuff just happens to him. So but he's a great storyteller, and so yeah, his contribution. We've got another bow hunter, Matthew Morris, who does the Boyer podcast. He's a Boyer too. He's a great guy. He had a great story about his experience in Alaska too. So with everyone, we got a lot of content in it, and it's going to be a really great read.
All right. How many pages is it altogether?
It's I guess with everything, it's 100.
That's decent. Is there advertisements in there or no?
Barely any.
That works.
And,
that makes a lot better.
Yeah. So then it includes also like we made like this retro kind of like if you know like any like old comic books, how they have like in the back of the magazines like those old retro black and white like ads.
Yeah.
So we did one of those like. We did something very, very similar to that, which it looks very like retro, but it's with actual people's products that, like knife. We have a great knife maker. I mean, there's all kinds of people's products in that. So we committed that to the magazine as well too. So yeah, I mean, aside from that, there's like barely any ads. It's all, like I said, it's all content. Like we cut all the fat out. It's just we're giving you just pure stories, pure action.
And that's what I think. That's what because everything is going. I love like print magazines, and I love print books because I like having it in my hands. But everything nowadays is going like digital, and I hate it.
Yeah, I agree.
But like, I don't know if you picked up any copy of any big name magazines. There's ads on every third page.
Yeah, I mean. I saw the other day. I grabbed, just something. I can't remember the exact one, but the first 20, 30 pages was ads.
Yeah.
And then you got a second article, then an ad, and then a product placement ad, which is more or less an article about a product, but it's an ad, and then you got more ads. So it's like, yeah, it sucks. I mean, you buy your half the 3/4 of the thing is ads. So it's like, what are you buying? You're buying just ads, right? So.
Yeah. Are you a member of like PBS or Compton or any of those archery or
yeah, I remember Compton.
I'm a member of Compton too, and PBS and the UBI.
Nice.
So
yeah, I was thinking of joining PBS too. I mean,
PBS is good. I like it. I like they put out they have an odd year gathering this year. It's a 3D shoot. It's like 30 minutes from my house. I live in northern Illinois. So there's like, if I think everybody complains about Illinois, but like I fish a lot and I hunt a lot. I can go 60 minutes and go fish Lake Michigan. Or I can go 60 minutes and go to, I don't know, have you ever heard of the Driftless area that's in like Wisconsin, Minnesota, and little part of Illinois and Iowa? It's where like the glaciers didn't hit. I can go and I can go and fish that too. So
it sounds like you're in a good spot. You're in the perfect central point.
Now, have you always lived in Canada?
Yeah, well, actually, for a short amount of time, I lived in Florida. not really that long, but my dad had a place in Florida for a while. But aside from that, mostly Canada. And I have gone to the States like many times, so it's not like I'm not completely unfamiliar with the States, but like in terms of answering your question, I've lived mostly in Canada.
Yeah, I like Canada. It's people there is always nice, and Toronto I think was a little too crowded for me when I was there on my class trip back in school.
It's crowded. It's changed. Everything's changed. Canada, I mean, I guess from my perspective, it's nice, but it's like internally, it's nothing. Whatever it used to be. I don't even know what it even used to be. I don't know what it was. I mean, that's why I respect like you guys. Americans have like an actual identity and a culture, and you can say like you have something. I mean, with Canadians, and I ain't trying to be like, I'm not trying to insult any Canadian. Just saying it as it is. Like the culture is like no one even has a culture. It's just it doesn't. I don't even know how to even put it. It's changed a lot, needless to say. I mean, it's still a beautiful place to do hunting, beautiful place to do fishing, really good. I mean, if you want to do those things, it's like world class, no question about it.
Now, was Was your business up and running during COVID and all that stuff?
Yeah, I literally just started right when COVID started. Literally, that's like not even like a couple months in. That's when my brother was like, what can you sell? And I'm like, well, I could probably do this. And yeah, it was crazy because everyone was locked down. No one had anything to do, so a lot of people started taking up archery and stuff like that. So I mean, it was just like the perfect timing to even start something like that.
Yeah, like I have a couple friends that own like resorts and resort or lodges up there. That's what I call them. Lodges. I call them resorts, but they get mad when I say that. They lost. They told me they lost about 65% of their clientele because people would book it every year to come back, and COVID happened. They're getting more people from Canada than the States, and they said it used to be more people from the States than Canada.
Right.
Which I don't know. I told them don't look a gift horse in their mouth. You're getting people that doesn't have to travel. I mean, people still traveling far, but they don't have to go and show a passport to get across the border and all that stuff. You're getting like your own people coming in there and want to use your resources. But let's say, have you been now? Do you follow basketball or anything like that?
I don't follow basketball in so long. Honestly, I got out of following sports like ages ago. It just was like I like MMA. I like boxing and fighting sports. Yeah. I'm down with that for sure.
I would say we had a kid that I'm good friends with his cousin. He used to play for the Raptors. He's from my town.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Fred VanVleet. Now he's with Houston, and for the NBA, he's an old man now. So, how old are you?
I just turned 44.
I turned 42 in like 6 weeks. So,
nice.
I would say me and you should be about the same age. You said you've been doing this. Yeah, we're getting old. But yeah, now is this going to be a quarterly magazine or?
Yeah, what it is quarterly. We're already starting to loosely start planning like volume 2. So
So you did Alaska on this one. Can you give us a hint on what volume 2 could be?
Well, we're thinking like the Rocky Mountains, kind of like a high country hunt. So something along those lines. Yeah, I mean we're ready to tour the world with all the hunt. I mean, there's just all kinds of like themes that we could go with. So I mean, and that's the thing we're doing too, right? We're not doing like seasonal.
Yeah.
Anything seasonal, which takes like all the pressure off of getting like articles like together for that season. I mean, we're launching Alaska like now in like end of May. I mean, technically there's no like this isn't the season for something like that, and it worked out so good. It was a decision that my wife and I came up with too. Like, well, like the timing is going to be horrible when we're actually done this. Like, this is like way past. It's either we got to wait till October, or we should have been out in like September. So we're like, well, let's just make this all Alaska, and we're just going to call it. Yeah, we're just going to call it Bull Hunting. I mean, this way, it's just focused on like a particular like subject, not subject, but like a
region,
theme, right? I mean, exactly, region, perfect way to put it. And this way we could just go everywhere. And we could obviously circle back. There's like, we'll come back to Alaska for sure. I mean, there's thousands of stories to tell there. I mean, there's thousands of stories to tell Midwest, thousands of stories to tell the East. I mean, everywhere. I mean, the sky's the limit, right? So
yeah. I wonder if, since you do all the artwork yourself, I wonder if you could go in, like tell like classic stories, like something that which one was like the Mel Johnson world record buck that came out of Illinois, and like draw that. I don't know what the copyrights are or anything like that. So
yeah, I mean that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Yeah, we're open to like all kinds of stories. So, like, obviously, depending on the person can like credibly tell it too. But yeah, you're gonna be surprised with Drag Hunters Volume 1. Like, you're gonna see something totally different. It's really cool. Like, open to like a lot. It's vast. vast amount of different content.
Now tell my listeners what they can order it directly from you. Is that the only place where they can order Trash Hunter magazine, or is it like on Amazon or through Shop?
No, we're not doing Amazon. We're not doing any of that. We're just doing the website.
Okay.
Right now, I didn't build a website just for Trash Hunters just yet.
Okay.
We wanted to get this out, and some of it was kind of still an experiment. So everything's still on StanUWolfArchery.com.
All right.
We got Trash Hunters still up there to buy it there. I mean, it's straightforward. We're still kind of in the pre-sale until we get the actual magazines. It's still technically pre-sale mode.
Yeah.
And then once we get the magazines, we still have actually not even that much left for the original 750 limited edition ones. We did really good. So, I mean, we'll have whatever we have for the 750. And once those are sold out, then we'll probably open up like another second edition run without all the limited edition bells and whistles. And it'll be more or less the same magazine, just without a lot of the exclusive like content that I made just for it. So, I mean, I'm really trying to make sure that the people who were really kind enough to back and support the pre-sale are getting something that they can say is unique and, kind of collectible in a way.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
no.
So, but after, yeah, so go ahead.
I would say on your next the next magazine, you gonna take outside articles? Are you gonna have like writers' guidelines and all that stuff?
Oh, yeah. We got writers' guidelines set up right now.
Okay.
I'm talking with my wife to get another website. I mean, I'm pretty convinced whether it's number 2 or 3, it'll probably start shifting to its own website because we got a lot of cool ideas coming up on how to really grow the community. But the print magazine is the core thing. It's always going to be the World Series of what we're doing. Like everything's focused on making the print magazine the pinnacle of what we're trying to achieve with this. So, but we want to get stories now. We're taking in stories for everything. So, I mean, if anyone's got a great story, doesn't matter where it was or what it is, and you feel something that is exciting, or even something that was like you didn't even get to harvest, and it was just a crazy experience, and you learned something. I mean, we want all kinds of stories, and you're going to see, Justin, when you get it in your hand, what we're talking about, because it's not all just the kill shot. It's not just all the
harvest. Yeah, it's more bow hunting is more about it. Bow hunting is just not the harvest is the cream of the crop. There's a lot more to bow hunting than just the harvest.
Yeah, and that's what we want to. Tell. Like, in the whole thing, like all the articles work perfectly together to give you like the big picture of what traditional bow hunting or like even just hunting really entails. It's like it's a lot of hardship, a lot of like sometimes struggle, but I mean we cover it all. And I think we want every issue to be like that, where we just cover what the experience of bow hunting, like you said, in the different regions. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. But, yeah, we're taking in stories right now. The submission guidelines are on the Standing Wolf Archery website.
All right.
So, if you got great stories,
I'll take a look at that.
By all means, then we don't have we're leaving it pretty open for, like, word count, too. We want to tell longer stories. And,
okay.
Really make it more interesting, so.
Alrighty. My timer's starting to click off. Give me a countdown on here. So, we got 10 minutes before it cuts us off. So, anything else you want to tell to starting traditional archers out there? Any word of advice?
For people starting, well, I mean, if you're just doing traditional archery, it's one thing. If you're getting into traditional bow hunting,
let's go there.
Okay. Well, bow hunting. You gotta just log the time in. Work on your shot. Don't be afraid if you feel you're not like the best of shots. I mean, you want to be a good shot, obviously, but don't go crazy. Like, you don't have to make crazy 20-yard shots. You want to if you're not overly familiar with like specific species, whether it's like turkey or whatever, there's a lot of videos that can give you at least an idea. But you've got to take the actions to make that knowledge like something you could take with you, because it's not enough just to watch a video and think you could do something. You got to do it, and you probably got to do it a lot of times, a lot more than you expect. I mean, just log in the time. You might get super lucky after first try. I almost had a super close call my first try with that walking through the woods with holding the arrows. I mean, I came within came within like 3 to 4 yards of. This was like a fall hunt. I came the closest ever to a couple turkeys, and I couldn't even believe it. I didn't even know I couldn't. I didn't know that they had like some of the best eyes in the animal kingdom, and I had no clue. I didn't even realize it. I just wanted to do it, and you might get super lucky, but you got to spend a ton of time out there. If you're going out traditional bow hunting, you got to get them in close. If you're playing with animals like obviously not birds, like ungulates, like that have we were talking hoofed animals. You got to be aware of the wind. You really got to understand your area. You go to different areas, but learn one good area. If you know a good area, there's tons of game, whether it's turkeys, deers, whatever it is you're hunting. Really know the area in and out, and you'll understand the patterns. And the more time you log in, the better odds you're going to have. And when you do get a chance to even take a shot, because even doing all of that, you might not even get a shot. And even if you do get the opportunity, just to have that shot, be prepared to act quickly, because you've got such a short amount of time to make a decision on it.
Gotcha. Oh, boy. I will have you on I'll have you on again as a guest after the magazine. You roll it out and you go in that second. We'll do like a follow-up interview with you. We see how everything's going. There's something I was going to ask you, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, I thank you for doing this, and I will promote your magazine as much as I can. I can't wait to get my hands on it because I love the vintage stuff. I go to garage sales and look for old Field and Streams or Outdoor Lights or something like that. We used to have a bookstore in town, and we used to train it with like used books, half price used books or something like that. And every once in a while, you go to their like the magazine section, you would find like a garage sale Outdoor Life or Field and Stream or Sports Afield or something like that. And they were from like the 60s to 40s, somewhere in there. And it'd be yellowed pages and stains on it. But I read it, and some of that older stuff, some of the advice in there, everybody overthinks it nowadays, and it's swept under the rug.
Exactly. Well, it's back now.
Yep.
There is back. The golden age is back, Justin, and we're going to be rocking and rolling and kicking ass with fat arms.
All right. I will holler at you later, Ron, and thanks for doing this.
Appreciate it, buddy.
All right. You too. Have a nice day. All right. Bye.